some incidents with some white chicks. You done had some incidents with some white. Hold on, man. Hold on, turn that down. Well, I'll whoop cuz ass too, man. What you about to say? Well, I'll whoop cuz ass, man. It don't even matter.
When?
Tonight, huh?
You said tonight?
Well, I'll whoop you right there? What you mean?
Whoop who? When?
I plan on taking you down.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. We know when we get the nose and throat.
A UAP.
And I'm listening to this whole shit straight up and busting cuz ass at the same time because I feel like I got the ability to. And I'm intoxicated, so. But I'm intoxicated at a different point where like.
So what did you think about the whole UFO thing before you got in office?
What you think about the whole UFO thing?
When I was stationed at Portland Air National Guard, my job there was an airfield manager, so I would interface and work a lot with the pilots at the unit. And so there had been an airspace incursion that had taken place when I was still at the time at the Guard. And I remember kind of talking to some of the pilots about it, and I was like, what was that? And they're like, we can't really talk about it. No one really wanted to address it. And so from what I'd gathered, that had been likely a UAP. And so that kind of was my perspective. Granted, I also grew up in the generation of the X-Files and, I don't know if you remember 94 Independence Day. So, like, for me specifically, I didn't look at it with, like, a crazy lens and perspective. I'm like,
I just had a glitch in the Matrix.
We're the only ones out there, essentially.
But why did you assume that if it's a top secret incursion that he couldn't talk about, that it wasn't just a military craft from another country?
Because of the way that he was discussing it.
What did he say?
So he had been, he didn't want to, from what I gathered, get taken off flight status, and he's like, I really can't discuss it. We couldn't really, identify it, essentially, and it had outperformed them. And so that was my first, from a military perspective.
Yo, I'm going to tell you. When I was in the hood, I felt like I was easy, but I know I'm easy now. But I feel like I'm easy for hard shit, right? Like, because, I was saying that, like, so, and this outside of drunk or I'm just saying shit. I tell cuz that shit all the time because cuz got 2 sons. Like, cuz don't I say shit to you like, you don't want to encourage your son to be like a player or to have mad bitches. Like, you got to tell a nigga like, my nigga, get your shit together, right? I was easy. Like, I know society tell you just fuck on whatever old bitches, but no. Man, I think you should, because you can fuck around, fuck your life up fucking on bitches. You fuck around, got kids early. These bitches ain't growing till they full crazy. The bitch is still, I love her crazy. But then it go to, will this bitch get me killed crazy? Mm-hmm. And guess what the bitch amount to when she grow to her fullest potential? This bitch is a Dollar General worker. So what I'm saying is that a lot of times, it be a bitch like that. Like, that bitch is like a representative. This bitch is a politician. I think she cute enough. She intelligent. She knows shit about alien aircrafts and shit like that. I ain't never had no bitch I could talk about aliens with for a long period of time. Bitches worried about fucking loving hip hop, all that crazy shit, nigga. Yeah, I'm and not because I'm drinking tonight and cuz it's a red pill, nigga, but sometimes some of the black women, man, I don't know, bro. I might be anti-black women for like at least till Medicare get back or a little bit after. I don't know.
Kind of experience with someone who basically there's a
she the one, nigga.
Community.
Whoever she is,
want to
nigga.
Your security clearance, what
she got security
this
clearance.
Level of crazy that people kind of brand that will stick with you and kind of ruin your career.
But doesn't he have
kick that ball to me, cuz?
Well, at the time, right? So it's an older platform.
Really
penalty. Didn't even talk about it.
Penalty.
And I bring that up because now with our investigation and the task force that I run, actually the reason why the task force was formed was because of an event that happened at Eglin Air Force Base where both myself, Representative Matt Gates, and Representative Tim Burchett actually had responded and gone to investigate multiple Air Force pilots that had come forward in regards to UAP incidences that had occurred. They were alleging that the Air Force was covering it up.
But if you miss, at least you fall to the moon. Maybe OnlyFans is a bitch moon. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was
Say
that, and like
OnlyFans
I'm happy to go into
moon,
detail
bro.
on that one. But what I will tell you is the stuff that I saw at Eglin, how the military responded, me being, a former.
And she believable because the bitch can articulate herself. I'ma tell you, bro. I'ma tell you, man. It been times, man. It's like, yo, bro. Well, I felt like being around black women sometimes. It made me. Oh, I might go to the hoop. I might go to the hoop with this. Oh, I'm out of bounds. Chill. I'm out of bounds. Chill. I might have went to. Oh, y'all couldn't see that. Y'all couldn't see that, huh? Y'all couldn't see that, huh? Yeah. Y'all couldn't see that, huh? Yo, I be feeling like, I'm like, yo, did they make me slower or something like that? This is crazy. We out of here. Too easy. McCheesy. That's a fact, yo, bro. I mean, yo, this is what I'm saying, right? When it comes to hoeing, I know about hoeing and hoes hoeing, right? But you gotta look at it like this, bro. Like, chicks that do that shit for a living is always gonna be protecting themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like now, it's about money. So nowadays, they taking care of that kind of shit. But just, chicks that be just hoeing for free in the hood and shit, bro. Them bitches that hoe for free in the hood, bro. They don't get nothing out the deal. Bitch can't even bring home no bakeroni Tony, my nigga. That's it, my nigga. What you mean? Nigga, stop asking me what I'ma do. Yeah, you can always ask me a deeper question, bro. I like the deeper questions, especially when I'm intoxicated. Cuz don't like this. Nigga looking at his remote. Y'all don't even want to see what's going on. Who owns OnlyFans? You know who owns OnlyFans? Who? I like to know. Cause yo, bro, you know how they talk like that with the rappers? Like, yo, the rappers, they signing the rappers. I don't know if that's what you about to say. Like, it be a setup. Like, fuck around, Kanye be like, yeah, you know the Jewish people, they own the OnlyFans. Like, I get it, but girl, you shaking that ass because you might just be a little lazy. Like, I'm not saying every chick up there don't got those kind of aspirations. I'm going in the end zone, cuz. What you talking about? I'm not saying every girl up there don't got aspirations, but what I'm saying is that it's some motherfuckers that got that shit equipped in their head, though, right? Like, already. Like, yo, bro. If she on OnlyFans, man, we gotta put some of the blame on the parents and shit. I be thinking I need to open that OnlyFans account, man. Like, but I ain't in shape enough to be out here haggling with these hoes, and I'm like, I can't take the route for the fellas. And then, what if my OnlyFans get packed with dudes? And now I'm like, damn, now I'm chasing the money, but dudes is like, hey yo, boo, you know as you chase that money, like, you know who you entertaining out here. Like, if cuz ever asked me that and looked me in the eyes, hey, yo, if cuz ever was like, if cuz ever tapped me on the leg like, yo, cuz, why you doing that shit? Yo, cuz, I love you, but you don't gotta live like that. Yo, he happy niggas ain't looking at the screen. Cause I'm whipping that ass. It get close to 21, I'll pull a screen over. Hold on, I'm letting her talk.
Service
I'm doing
member,
good
and
because
then
I'm doing
ultimately
like
what
this.
I
Let me
saw
get the
with
ball in.
the
Let me get
pushback
that
of the
ball.
military not even wanting to share with Congress information, which is a big problem
No, but
because
these
when you have
Congress
Congress
chicks
that's
is
supposed to be
getting,
the
yo, they
advocate and
getting,
voice for the American people,
they,
the
yo,
oversight body,
'cause
and you're being denied
I'm
access,
feeling
not
like
just
I just
from
want
a
to see
base
her
commander,
standing
but
up, like
high
her whole
level up
demeanor.
at the
Ain't no,
Pentagon,
you know what
even
I'm saying? I don't
Secretary of
mind a
Defense. It's a
slim chick. It ain't
problem.
nothing wrong with that.
Do
I'm
you
just saying,
think
like,
that it's possible that
I wanna
these
see
are
how she
U.S.
walk.
vehicles that are top secret?
because I'll
I
vote for that
definitely
bitch for
think that
president.
there's
I
a
don't got to
level
know
of
nothing
advanced
more
technology
than the
that the
last
U.S.
5
government
minutes.
has, and I think that
She'd
tech
be the
can
best
be
one that was
housed within the
going.
defense contractor realm, and of course, some information is going to be
Because you feel like
classified.
she
But
attractive?
I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our
Oh, okay. Yo,
investigations
I
and
never heard
stuff that
cuz say
we've
no shit
seen,
like that. Like,
okay, there is definitely something that I think would
and all that
rival what we
expungement shit,
know
y'all try to get my
currently
shit
with
expunged.
physics, and a tech that potentially
When?
is out there that we
When?
don't have the ability
You
to
tell your
reproduce,
chick
because it
some
would
shit like
basically
that,
be like
she might
dropping
roll her
a
eyes at you.
cell phone right off back during the
And
time
Joe
of
Rogan asked the
maybe
questions that's
caveman. So
necessary
like we
as
just
well.
don't have the tech to develop it yet.
Everybody knows my favorite
What I can
pod.
also tell you is based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses,
Yeah.
what are these things? And they keep saying interdimensional, and then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension, that stuff
Now
can kind
you
of
hear
all
this
sound
shit
crazy,
like,
but at
yo,
the end of the day, my job
one
as
of
an
the main
investigator
issues with
is
people
to
is
receive all the information, decipher it, and
they
then
can't
ultimately from a
interpret what they,
congressional
but she
aspect, if you do
understands.
have
She's
contractors
smart.
that are withholding
She's
information
smart,
operating
bro.
outside of the purview of the federal government, I mean, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you
Understanding.
with confidence
She got
that
like
exists that
empathy
we
and
don't
shit
know how
like
to
that.
explain currently.
So when you say that it operates outside our understanding of physics, what specifically are you saying? Like what happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that
You break that down
some of the
simple
tech that
terms for me.
exists, that
You know I was locked
whatever
up and
these
shit.
things have, these energy things have,
Energy things? What do you mean?
She
well,
probably
they call them
trying to encourage me to do
interdimensional
shit.
beings. I
Like-
think that they can actually operate through the
Like
time
you
spaces
is,
that we currently
you
have.
is young
And
enough to
that's
go
not
back to school, boo.
something that I came up with on my
You
own.
just
That's
got that
based on
GED, but
stuff
that
that we've
GED
seen. That's
holding you
based
back.
on
You should at
information
least
that
get
we've been told, and then also too, I think that there's this
PhD.
historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion, and I think the history that we currently know, and that kind of spins off into another topic.
Yo,
of,
bro,
you
that
have
right there
the modern
alone,
day
bro.
Bible,
Oh,
you
I
have this
needed
aspect
that.
of Bibles books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics. And I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of
He took her to
information
the
that we
cold
have
plunge.
access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet.
Yo,
And so it's really changing the way
Listen.
that we understand, the origins of life.
at no point will I take any Joe Rogan disrespect, right? Cold plunge, first of all, but imagine we find out like 5 years later, like, yo, nah, the nigga Joe Rogan was like, he was hounding. Like, he should be trying to knock down every single chick that came through there. If we find that out, cuz, oh, nah, cuz, I'm about to throw this to a nigga right, go to the end zone on your ass. Oh! Oh, bad pass. I just intercepted this nigga cuz that he weak. He weak. Yeah. 14-7. But yo, you never know. And Joe Rogan, I don't see Joe Rogan doing that. Joe Rogan is somebody I would vote for president. Like, I'm never voting for who motherfuckers think I should be voting for. Not happening. That's for one. If the Democrats tell me, if black people that I see around my neighborhood talking about one particular person, I'm never voting for them. Get the fuck out of here. You lost your mind. You crazier than a crackhead. Oh! None of that shit. Because, yo, most motherfuckers I know is too busy arguing and bugging out like that. They too busy arguing and shit anyway about other stupid shit. So at the end of the day, they not about to like study on no politics, which politician they like, what that politician doing. They're not about to do none of that. So it don't make no sense. Listen to them niggas, man. That nigga on the floor. Somebody hurt, cuz. What you doing with that? All right, get him out the game. Nah, hey, man, don't do no cheat shit. If I hurt a nigga, I don't want him in the game. This nigga's crazy. Low risk what? Oh, keep him in there then. I don't know what you talking about, man. Homegirl talking, man. Respect that white lady. Why don't you respect that white lady?
When you say interdimensional beings, that they know that these are interdimensional beings, how do they know that?
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. Here's how it works.
We good.
First, go to riverside.fm and open an account. And then you'll be...
Start a podcast with Riverside,
that,
niggas.
So, based on testimony, would be based on witnesses that have come forward. But what I can tell you is...
So the witnesses just were told that they were interdimensional?
that they've seen things. And what I can tell you without getting into classified conversations is that there have been incidences that I believe where very
right
credible
now,
people have
if some of you niggas bitches tell you that it's classified, you know what it's here for.
That's very vague.
It's classified, babe.
Look,
unfortunately.
It's classified, babe.
Have I seen a portal open? No. Have I seen
Get that shit.
a
He out of
spaceship?
bounds. He ain't get that.
Personally, no. Have I seen evidence
They
of
gave
this?
you that?
Yes. Have I
Can I
seen
challenge
photo
it?
documentation of
How did you challenge this shit that
aircraft
time?
that I believe were not made by mankind?
How
Yes.
you know?
Is there historical significance to this? Yes. Is there multiple events that go back to, I would argue, maybe
Come on,
even
my
before the
nigga.
time of Christ that have documented
Come on,
this
my nigga.
in
Come
text?
on,
Yes.
cuz the nigga-
So do I believe that the government has
Nigga
access to
landed
certain
out of bounds on his
technology?
back. It is what
Yes,
it is,
to an
though.
extent, and I believe that certain contractors potentially have
Whatever
back
you say,
engineered this
cuz.
tech. I think that that's
Your
what can
niggas.
explain the
You
advancements that
ain't
we're
gonna-
seeing,
you ain't
but I
gonna matter.
also
I'm good.
believe
I
that this
plan on
is
winning
a
this shit
dangerous
anyway,
level
nigga. I don't give a
of
fuck, really.
hidden information from the American people, because if you have an aspect of the federal government, which I can tell you, I, with two other members of Congress, were denied access to information at Eglin.
Girl,
Air
they
Force Base
denied you
pertaining to
access, girl?
whistleblowers because of the fact, and we can get into that.
Girl,
story
they
what happened
denied
at
you
Eglin
access?
in a second, but we were denied access and told that we don't have security clearance
I
or
wanted
the
that
reading
bitch.
authority on a special access program. That's a problem, because I'm supposed to represent and be an investigative body, and you have then people who are unelected that are
When you
operating
pervert it and
basically
you
in
hear her say
secrecy,
investigative
and
body,
that's
you
a
like,
problem.
yeah.
That's a big problem.
Investigative
So
body.
how do these people have the authority to do that?
I think it's been decades of classified secret information, then also
And I ain't
this
gonna
aspect
lie,
of the intelligence community that's been
I
empowered.
feel like a
And it's
politician
kind
might
of
do anything
serendipitous
for
with
some
timing,
money.
because when you talk about the intelligence communities and what they've done essentially to the trust in this country with the American people, I think this goes all the way back
If she
even
running
into
for
JFK,
office,
with
she
how
need that
they
extra
basically have
chicken,
operated outside of the purview
she'll
of Congress,
bust it open
and
for a
basically,
Fortnite nigga.
to an extent, have gone rogue up until recently. You're seeing a big push
She'll
and
bust it
pull
open
to try
for
to
a
rein in
Fortnite
these
nigga.
intelligence agencies currently.
Oh, nah, we good. I
So,
like it like
but
that.
I want to bring it back to evidence. You said that you've seen evidence. Like, what kind of
Yeah,
evidence?
she
have you
seen evidence, nigga.
I have seen photos. I have seen.
What have you seen photos of?
So I was in a skiff, and I can't discuss all that was in a skiff, but what I can tell you is based on the photos that I've seen, I'm very confident that there's things out there that have not been created by mankind.
Oh, he got
This is
it.
crazy that people have access
I
to
wasn't that dumb
information
good.
that shows that there's something outside of us that is more intelligent, at least more capable than we are, and they hide it from everybody else.
What I can tell you
Oh!
is that when you have
Oh, we are taking. Oh, we in
thousands
Bound
upon
State.
thousands of people
Oh,
around the
flag for
planet
what?
who
Hitting the
have
quarterback, huh?
reported something.
Right.
To say that those people are crazy, to say that, you know, the whole concept
nah,
of
that
even
was
just
on you.
asking the question that you might not necessarily be psychologically sound.
Wait, if I
That in
decline it, I
itself,
get the ball?
You know, that's a disinformation campaign to
Yes.
get people to shut up about it. And that's a problem. We know that
I decline that shit.
U.S. government has not exactly been keen.
This nigga trying to get me.
Specifically to the topic of UFOs.
Cause you trying to get my ass up, boy. I know how you do, cuz.
If you think about the motivation
I know
with
your
Project
style,
Blue Book,
nigga.
when J. Allen Hynek was running Project Blue Book, this specific intention was to discredit all stories.
Get that year.
Ultimately, though, after all of his investigations, becoming someone that was like, I think there's something here. But that's true. By the way, a lot of people might not necessarily go onto Google and look up that information, but you can actually look up the declassified reports from Project Blue Book. What's also interesting, though, is when we're talking about tech, right? The ability for this tech, being that it exists, to change dependence for entire governments on things like fossil fuel, etc. You know, it's look, I think everyone has a moral obligation to do what they think is right, okay? And so if you're in a position of power and you see something wrong and you're not addressing it, I think, you know, this in itself, getting the truth out there for people to decide for themselves. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you in our investigations and what we are pushing for in regards to transparency. I would like to see the federal government roll out some of the stuff that we've been given access to, because I think that that information belongs in the hands of the American people. And it's not even just the U.S. government. I mean, there's other countries around the world that have done certain things like this. Now, look, I've had a lot of crazy people show up at my office and say, you know, I've heard it all. Yeah, I've been to Mars. You know, I have a chip in my brain, all this stuff.
They all have chips.
We had this one guy that showed up that was like trying to give us a USB, like, put this in your computer. They're going to kill me. But it's like, run away. And I'm like, I'm not putting that in my computer.
Let her do what the fuck she supposed to do in the representative offices,
what I will tell you is, you know, there's been
that's how niggas used to do the nurse
2
in
members
jail.
of Congress that are actually helping to lead out these
That's how
investigations
niggas
with
in
me.
jail?
And
Yo, cuz.
the reason I say that is because
I tell you, yo, in jail, cuz, I think it's some shit that should make you embarrassed, right? As a human. But, so, you know, prison is like, it's, them niggas supposed to be in there. You know that, right? Everybody don't need to come home. So you get those niggas and it's like, this nigga been in his cell plowing all day. From when the nurse come around and bring the medication. They gonna start joking. They gonna, you know, in a box, like, just on the gate, just like, yo, you were really, like, yo, you a savage for that. You a savage for that shit, gang. Like, well, that nigga came on hot. And I feel like a nigga took over my whole character. But, and you will hear the nurse like, what? And you in the box, like, they, and you know they coming to, like, they gonna come beat you. Like, you getting beat. You getting beat. That's a fact. They not, it's not no joke. It's not a false alarm. Dudes is gonna spank that ass. Like, them COs. Like, they gonna come wear you out, and she not that attractive to do that to. You see what I'm saying? Like, how, like, have you lost your mind, sir? Like, the damage that, man, they might come in there and break your ribs tonight and leave you in there for 2 days. Like, on some non-caring. 2 days, broken ribs. Word to mother. Yo, Hubba Dub. She a cooker, nigga, or not? She's
until
smart
last
too.
Congress, if you even said the word
UAP
or UFO, people actually told us that if we went forward with these investigations that we were going to ruin our political careers. And so, you know, we're in the mindset of, well, like, why wouldn't we ask these questions? And also, too, if no one wants to touch it, like, there has to be something here, right?
Right.
And so, in these investigations,
smart,
I mean, the amount of people that will come up to us, very successful people, to multiple members of Congress that believe the same thing, it's definitely changed in regards to the stigma that used to exist about disclosure and all this. And so what we're trying to do currently was there's a big documentary that was filmed about a year and a half ago, and we're trying to get a screening up on Capitol Hill. But look, I think a lot of people say, well, this is a distraction from everything else happening in the country right now. And all I'm simply trying to say is it's not a distraction. The people that are kind of helping to divulge all this information, you
some
have
niggas
an
don't know how it is to be
you know,
smart.
Tulsi Gabbard, Radcliffe, Cash Patel, they have been truly, in regards to our other investigations, extremely transparent and wanting to get this information out. But it doesn't mean that within these intelligence communities there isn't pushback. And so part of the reason why the task force was formed pertaining to things like UAP, pertaining to things like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, pertaining to things like the JFK, MLK, and RFK investigations is because even though we don't hold declassification authority, what we're trying to do is push these agencies and be, if you will, the pit bull and the attack dog on trying to get this information released. And